Hi, I'm Jack, host of the DeRazzled podcast, and today I'm going to do the thing that I fear most, which is play a musical instrument. Maybe like not the most, but like the most would be like singing, and then underneath that would be like playing an instrument. Let me give you a little bit of background on what's going on. First, if you aren't aware, I am the host of a podcast called the DeRazzled podcast. Man, I just can't get comfortable in this fucking seat. It's a podcast where we take movies, the worst movies, and we fix them. We pull from the Razzie Awards, which are, we call them a reverse Oscars. It's a ceremony that awards the worst movies of the year. And we've decided to take these horrible movies and fix them. But since it's a podcast, it needs, I guess it doesn't need a theme, but I'm going to give it one. And if any of you have kind of paid attention to the first 3 or 4 live streams I did that are now on YouTube forever, you are aware that the method that I am using to do this podcast is to run as fast as I can towards the thing and away from the anxiety monster, which is like, it's right there. It's right there. And as long as I keep running, I can kind of outrun it. But that also means that I'm doing things that are not in my comfort zone, and am playing a musical instrument is one of those things. I say a musical instrument, but that is it's a kazoo. Which is not to shit on the kazoo, but it is typically known as an instrument that even a 4-year-old can play. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to kind of like run you through what I've come up with so far. Then practice, I guess. I don't know why anybody would actually want to see this, so right now I have like no one watching, and that is fine by me. I mostly wanted to stream today because I haven't streamed since we recorded the episode with Steve and Joe, where we fixed the Battlefield Earth, which was like last Thursday. It was a week ago, and I was getting in like 2 or 3 streams per week prior to that. A lot of life stuff happened. I'll just say like not bad stuff, but it's not fun stuff. It's like moving shit and like finding new jobs and stuff. Like that's not fun. It's quite stressful, in fact. But I don't want to get too behind on this stuff. And while like most people be like, oh yeah, you haven't like done anything on the podcast in a week, you've done a bunch of other stuff, just nothing with the podcast, you're fine. But I don't work that way. I wasn't like 89% productive today, so I gotta keep going. So for the actual theme, now that you know where like the manic is coming from, I did this short film. Actually, it was the first time I acted on film, for real. It was The Interventionist, short film directed by Vinegar Hill, directed by David Altroghi and released through Vinegar Hill. And it was great. Like I learned a lot, and I was like, this is amazing. I want to do this forever. Which is, who knows if that's true. but the lesson I took, one of the lessons I took from that was he showed me cuts as they were coming out, and like the last cut before it was released had the score on it, and it went from like a tongue-in-cheek serious score, like very like Hans Zimmery, to like fucking kazoos. And I'm like, so quite a change between like this cut and that cut. He's like, yeah, the one way you can really let an audience know that they're watching a comedy is kazoos. I was like, I can't argue with that. But both cuts were great. It just so when it came time to come up with a theme song for the podcast, I was like, what is it within my realm of ability musically? I could probably mix something. I took a mixing class in college. That sounds weird. I took a sound mixing class in college. Wasn't good at it, but I did it. I know how to layer audio, kinda. I know how to blend it, sorta. And then there's the kazoo, which is again something a 4-year-old can use, and I know how to hum. I do that on occasion. I was like, well, I'll take these two abilities that I have, and I'll bloop, bloop, peanut butter and jelly them, and maybe it will. I mean, if it sounds stupid, it's still gonna be like a kazoo, right? Like you kind of know, like a kazoo's is meant to be stupid. That's kind of the way we do everything at Ramming Speed Pictures, my film company. We did Knife Bricker, and we're like, we need to do this. The dumb, but the smartest kind of dumb, and that is what I'm aiming to do with this theme song. So I'm thinking like kazoos, and we're talking about an award show, kinda talking about the Razzies, so maybe like some kind of a ceremony thing, like the Oscars or the Grammys or blah 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 blah, all those. It also, like, the Olympics are going on right now, which they're awful. If you want to, like, just take a quick little look-a-rooski into the history of the Olympics, but I'm not going to go into that here. But, like, their theme is done by John Williams, who's amazing. He's a legend, literally a legend. We've only heard tell of him. No one's actually ever seen him. Just a legend. But he did like Star Wars, he did Jaws, he did Raiders of the Lost Ark, he did E.T., he did a bunch of stuff, and he also did the theme song to the Olympics. Did he do Harry Potter? He might have done Harry Potter. So I'm like, all right, John Williams, I'll do that, but with kazoos. So I started by buying this like I don't know, aluminum, I guess. It's like I was like, oh, it's like more expensive than the plastic one. It's got to be better, right? So I got it, and it warning on like noise and general annoyance. Like the kazoo is not the prettiest of instruments, but it sounds kind of like this. It does a kazoo. And then I was like, but it doesn't have quite my childhood memory of a kazoo. So I bought a lot of kazoos. I bought a 16 pack of kazoos. So I'll get into like why, but in a minute. But here's the plastic version, just general kind of kazooing. Kazoo, right? Because I was like, okay, well, it's like I got a kazoo. Now I need to like make different tones and things. But here's the thing. Your voice does that. Like your voice is the thing that makes the different sounds. The kazoo just has the energy port and then the buzz circle, as the kazooists say. So I had to get a little creative as far as finding different sounds, and here's what I got to work with. Here are my instruments. I took 3 plastic ones, right? I got where's this one? So this is the regular one, right? Just I've done nothing to it. And then there's this one. This regular. It's called diaphragm. Regular diaphragm, and then I chop the tip off. So what that does is it makes it just a little louder. And then because I don't know when to stop, I took another one again, regular center, and I chopped it even more, and that made it very loud. Which it's quite loud. And then today, and I didn't think it was going to record, so I didn't show any of this. I got like 3 or 4 different ones, and I did different things with the aperture, I think is what it's called as well. And this one's like cellophane or something. I switched out. They came with like a very thin plastic already in it. You can also use like wax paper, which I was going to say is in the middle one, but that's a lie. So I found that I put some like cellophane in it, which gives it a little bit more of a buzz. I had to like adjust the This is fucking ridiculous. I adjusted the insert so that it had to be pulled out enough to make a buzz. So this is more your like sandwich baggy type material. It's about the same as the other ones, just a little less buzzy. And then what did I do to you? Oh, I think I put 2 diaphragms in this one. Or 2 of the plastic. Which just made it really quiet. And then the last thing I did, I found like another plastic bag, material, and put that in there. And I don't think it does anything really. And the last adjustment I made to attempting to find different sounds out of a kazoo, I took a regular one and put a piece of tape over it with a hole in the middle to let just the noise out, the sound out, but without as much vibration. And I kind of like this one, the sound of it. So that is my whole approach to figuring out what the fuck I'm doing is very much like Jack Skellington in The Nightmare Before Christmas, when his like little montage where he is trying to figure out what Christmas is but has no concept of it whatsoever. So he's like applying the scientific method to Christmas, and that is kind of what I'm doing with kazoos, because I am way out of my depth in what I am doing. So I put a bunch of different diaphragms in it, and then I have 8. Well, I have 9 now. I had 8, and then I added this one with the tape on the top. And I did different volumes. So it's V is for volume, and this one is the 3rd loudest, and then B is buzz, and I haven't gotten to that part yet. But that is how I'm applying the scientific method to kazoos. So we have the loudest, and the quietest. This is the one that has like a thicker plastic to it. So and you get it. So those are my kazoos. And with them, I'm going to make a theme in the style of a ceremony. How I will do that, I don't quite know. What I intend to do for a couple minutes at least with the stream is I have 2 different award ceremony themey, pre-existing themes, non-kazooed themes, that I'm gonna kind of like listen to and kazoo along with, to a degree, kind of it's like jazz. I'm gonna like freestyle jazz, but with award ceremonies and a kazoo. The one is royalty free, so I can play it and you can listen to it. And the other one is far superior and is John Williams, and I don't think YouTube will let me play that. So that'll be playing in my head, but not for you. And I'm going to, at least for the purposes of this, I think I'm going to stick with this one, which is just the plain kazoos with the tape over it, just mostly so I don't drive everybody insane. I'm definitely putting off doing this. I don't want to do this. This is a thing I have no desire in doing. Put me in front of a stage with like 300 people, give me some lines, and like tell me to stand over there. Not a problem. Play a kazoo to a bunch of like faceless people on the internet, and I want to die. So I'm take a drink. I'm not procrastinating. I'm definitely just taking a drink out of my spaghetti jar of water. It's good city water. Thanks, Bitbird. Okay, let's go ahead and play this little feller. Hey, Aaron. I am definitely gonna have fun. Here we go. I am playing it right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to play a little higher. It's a little R2D2E. Let's hop ahead a little further because it's pretty repetitive. Okay. A little further ahead. For anybody who's like worked with royalty-free music before, it's intentionally generic and kind of repetitive. I can't tell if I'm more annoyed by my playing of the kazoo or the generic royalty-free ceremony music. So that's a kazoo. I've been naked on stage, and that was way easier than this. Naked on stage, as a woman, legs shaved, with a fur coat. Would much prefer to do that again than ever play a fucking kazoo. Alright, that's connecting. So my thought is to start in, I almost want it to be like, yeah, I don't want to make it obvious that it's a kazoo, like right out of the gate. It only needs to be like 20 seconds, if that. Maybe even 15. So like, first couple of notes, played seriously. Then do like a higher pitch so that you're hearing it's a fucking kazoo. Oh no. Oh. My signal just went out on fucking Twitch. I assure you all, I am a human being, and I am here. So I want to start out with like the initial couple of notes in earnest, like playing in earnest, and then like a higher couple of notes, so you're like, oh, this is a fucking kazoo, and then let me know if this is a thing that sounds as awful and as it does in my head. Do kind of like I smoke a lot of cigarettes. It's like, excuse me. Drink some water. That's good water. I'm gonna go with the metal one for this one. This is a little softer. So like that, right? It's awful. And I'm like, there's a TikTok. Let me see if I can remember it in my head. Like a song that a bunch of people are using. I've been listening to this fucking generic royalty music for so long that it's just those like same 4 repeating notes are just stuck in my head. I don't even know what music is anymore. I just have those same 4 generic notes playing in my head. I fucking hate it. Oh, I got it. As it goes like da 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 da. But on a kazoo, it's in on the TikTok it is a kazoo, but then it and I'm not gonna do it here. It gets real screechy, but I want to do more of a bassy kind of like like you've just been like slamming, eating park coffee and smoking cigarettes in the dining when they had the smoking section. Like that. So I'm gonna break it into 3. So if I got 15 seconds and I break it into 3 chunks, that's like 5 seconds each. Start in a nice, real smooth, right? Like, oh, it's nice. What is this podcast supposed to do? And then you're like, oh, it's a higher note, right? It's kazoo. And then hit that, right? Just like the garbage, kind of like your speakers are blowing out. And then I'll be like, welcome to the podcast. You are now prepared for silliness and garbage, and that is exactly what I want you to feel. Yeah. I think that's all I'm gonna do for tonight. Thank you. I don't know if you Ian's are still here or not, but Monica and/or Beal and Kelsey, thank you for stopping in. And I don't know why, but I hope you enjoyed the kazoo theming. Aaron, as always, thank you for popping in for a hot second. I look forward to the 3 of you or however many people popped in to have seen this fucking disaster and then to see the final product. It might still just be a fucking disaster. We'll find out. Stay tuned. Have a good night. Listen to some better music. All right, bye.